Welcome back to Health Path, your trusted guide to aging well. I'm Dr. James Rowan, and today I want to share something that's been showing up more and more in my practice. Let's pause for a moment, take a breath, sip some water, and let's dive in. I see older adults who do everything right. They eat well, stay active, and genuinely care about their health. But despite their best efforts, they still walk into my office with the same concern. Weak legs, sore knees, and that strange feeling like the stairs just got steeper overnight. And when we dig a little deeper, the cause isn't what you'd expect. It's not a lack of exercise. It's not simply age. It's fruit. Yes, fruit. That seemingly innocent, natural food you've been told your whole life is good for you. And in many cases it is. But not all fruits are created equal, especially after age 60. As we get older, our bodies change. Blood flow slows. Blood sugar becomes harder to regulate. Our joints grow more fragile. And fruits that once gave us energy and vitality, they can now trigger inflammation, water retention, and joint pain, especially in the legs. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through 7 common fruits that may be secretly draining your leg strength. I'll also show you what to eat instead, so you can stay strong, independent, and mobile well into your golden years. Some of these may surprise you. I've seen patients give up just one of these fruits, and within weeks their knees felt more stable, their legs lighter, and the swelling went down. So if your legs have been bothering you lately, please stick with me. This one small change might be the big breakthrough you've been looking for. Pineapple. Let's start with pineapple. It looks harmless, sweet, juicy, tropical. And for years it's been celebrated as a natural anti-inflammatory thanks to an enzyme called bromelain. But here's what I've noticed in my practice. I've seen many older adults complain of leg heaviness, knee swelling, and a dragging pain in their calves. And more often than not, they eat pineapple several times a week believing it's helping, but it's not. As we age, our blood vessels become more delicate and our joints more sensitive. Pineapple, while refreshing, delivers a sharp punch of natural sugars and acid. Those sugars cause spikes in blood glucose, which damage the small blood vessels that nourish your legs. The result? Less oxygen, poor circulation, and in turn, pain, fatigue, and swelling. And the acidity? For someone with even mild arthritis, it's like pouring lemon juice on a paper cut. It worsens stiffness, inflames joints, and can trigger flare-ups in your knees, hips, or ankles. To make things worse, bromelain, the same enzyme thought to reduce inflammation, can actually interfere with medications, especially blood thinners. It can either intensify or weaken their effects without warning. And pineapple doesn't hurt right away. It's sneaky. The damage builds gradually, and one day your legs just don't work the way they used to. So what do I recommend? Don't fear pineapple, but don't eat it blindly. If you're over 60 and dealing with leg pain or joint swelling, take a break from pineapple. Give your body time to respond. Later, reintroduce it in small portions, once a week at most. You might be surprised by how much lighter your legs feel. Bananas. For decades, bananas have been seen as a go-to muscle food. Rich in potassium, easy to digest, smooth and sweet. Great for athletes, kids, and yes, even seniors. But here's what I wish more older adults knew. What's good for a 25-year-old marathon runner isn't always good for a 70-year-old retiree. Bananas are loaded with natural sugars and fast-digesting carbs. When you're younger, your body can burn through those quickly. But after 60, your metabolism slows and insulin sensitivity drops. That means eating a banana can cause a sharp blood sugar spike, followed by a crash. And over time, this roller coaster contributes to inflammation, joint stiffness, and that heavy leg feeling many older adults experience after meals. I had a patient, let's call him George, age 67, who ate 2 bananas every morning, thinking they helped with muscle cramps. But he kept complaining about swollen ankles and aching knees. We took a closer look. Once he cut his banana intake in half, the swelling began to ease. His joints felt more stable. His steps felt lighter. Bananas also cause water retention, especially in those with heart or kidney issues. That leads to swelling in the feet. tightness in the calves and stiff joints, especially in the evening. Again, it's subtle. Bananas won't hurt you overnight. The effects build slowly, until climbing the stairs starts feeling like hiking a hill. So what's the takeaway? Don't swear off bananas completely, but if you're over 60, treat them like a dessert, not a daily must-have. Try reducing your intake to half a banana 2 to 3 times a week, and pay attention to how your legs feel. Sometimes gaining strength isn't about adding more, it's about removing the wrong food. Grapes tiny, juicy, sweet. Grapes seem so innocent. They're loaded with antioxidants and often praised for heart health. But for people over 60, grapes can quietly wear down your legs and joints one handful at a time. Why? Because grapes are high in fructose, a type of sugar processed by your liver. In younger bodies, the liver handles fructose well. But in older adults, too much fructose turns into uric acid and fat, 2 major culprits behind inflammation and joint pain. Excess uric acid often collects in the joints, especially the toes, knees, and ankles, causing burning pain at night, stiffness in the morning, and swelling after just a short walk. One patient, Diane, 72, had recurring calf pain with no clear cause. She didn't drink alcohol, didn't eat red meat, but she ate grapes daily. We made one change, cut the grapes. Within weeks, the flare-ups faded. And here's the tricky part. Grapes are easy to overeat. A handful turns into a bowl. A bowl becomes a habit. They're small, sweet, and marketed as healthy, so we rarely stop to count them. But more grapes mean more sugar, more uric acid, and more inflammation, especially in those already dealing with poor circulation. My advice? If you love grapes, keep enjoying them, but limit yourself to one small handful, about 1 to 2 cups, once or twice a week. And always pair them with a source of protein or fat, like nuts, to slow sugar absorption. If your legs hurt, consider swapping. Grapes for blueberries or blackberries. Lower in sugar, higher in antioxidants, and gentler on your joints. Watermelon light, juicy, refreshing. Watermelon feels like the ultimate summer snack, but for many seniors, it's not as harmless as it seems. Watermelon has a very high glycemic index, meaning it raises blood sugar levels almost as quickly as candy. And for people over 60, with slower insulin response and weaker circulation, that sugar spike can spell trouble. I had a patient named Mr. Franklin, age 74. After his daily afternoon walk, he'd reward himself with cold watermelon, but every evening he'd feel leg cramps and ankle swelling. We ran some blood tests. His post-snack blood sugar was through the roof. Watermelon might feel like water, but the body treats it like a sugar bomb. And the first place that sugar hits? Your legs, especially your calves, knees, and ankles, where circulation is already vulnerable. The result? Inflammation, water retention, and swelling that slowly drains your strength. So here's what I recommend. If you enjoy watermelon, eat it earlier in the day and only in small slices, about 1 cup. Pair it with protein or fat, like Greek yogurt or a few almonds to help buffer the sugar. But if your legs have felt heavier lately, it might be time to skip that 2nd or 3rd slice. Certainly. Here's the continuation of your rewritten, detailed American English script. Mango, mango, the king of fruits in many cultures. Sweet, creamy, and fragrant. But if you're over 60 and struggling with tired, achy legs, you might want to rethink how often you enjoy it. Here's why. Mango is loaded with natural sugars, especially sucrose, which can send your blood sugar soaring. And when your blood sugar rises quickly, your body responds with inflammation, especially in your joints. Over time, those sugar surges also damage tiny blood vessels, including the ones that feed your knees, ankles, and feet. That leads to reduced circulation, water retention, and nerve irritation, especially in the legs. One of my patients, Elaine, aged 69, loved her mango smoothie every morning, but she often complained of a burning sensation behind her knees and fatigue after even short walks. When we eliminated mango for 2 weeks, her symptoms noticeably eased. Her energy improved. The swelling behind her knees subsided. Another hidden problem with mango: Late-season varieties are often overripe and higher in sugar. These super sweet types spike your glucose levels even faster. And like grapes, mango is easy to overeat, especially in smoothies or fruit salads. One mango can contain 45 grams of sugar, more than a can of soda. What's the alternative? Swap out mango for avocado or papaya. Avocados offer healthy fats that support joint lubrication. Papaya contains natural enzymes that reduce inflammation without the sugar overload. If you absolutely love mango, enjoy a few thin slices once a week, preferably with protein or fiber to slow absorption. Sometimes, less sweetness means more strength. Lychee, or canned fruit and syrup. Lychee might not be a staple in every American kitchen, but many older adults enjoy canned versions of exotic fruits, lychee, peaches, pears, especially those packed in syrup. And that syrup? It's the real problem. These fruits are typically preserved in high-fructose corn syrup or refined cane sugar syrup, both of which cause rapid spikes in blood sugar. Worse, they contribute to fatty liver, poor leg circulation, and chronic joint inflammation. Even when the label says light syrup, it's still too much for aging bodies. The sugar overload from just half a cup of canned lychee can take hours to burn off. And during that time, your body releases inflammatory chemicals that target your weakest spots, often the knees, ankles, and feet. One of my patients, Ms. Dorothy, age 73, loved her canned peaches with cottage cheese. She had no idea it was sabotaging her mobility. After we switched her to fresh, unsweetened fruit, her nighttime leg pain and ankle swelling improved dramatically. So what should you do? Ditch any fruit that comes in syrup. Choose fresh, frozen, unsweetened, or dried with no added sugar instead. If you must use canned fruit, rinse it thoroughly in cold water, and keep the portion under 1-2 cup. Your joints and your future independence are worth it. Dried fruit, raisins, dates, apricots. Finally, let's talk about dried fruit. It's often marketed as a healthy snack, especially for older adults on the go. But here's what the packaging doesn't tell you. Dried fruits are sugar bombs in disguise. One small handful of raisins contains the sugar equivalent of a full-size candy bar. And because they're dehydrated, you can eat a lot without feeling full, leading to hidden sugar overload. These sugars quickly raise your blood glucose and uric acid levels, inflaming your joints, stiffening your arteries, and draining circulation from your legs. I had a retired teacher, Mr. Leonard, age 68, who kept a mix of dried cranberries, dates, and figs in his car. He thought it helped with energy on long drives, but he kept waking up with numb toes, night cramps, and a pulling feeling in his calves. When we removed the dried fruit and replaced it with a small boiled egg and a few almonds, the cramps stopped within 2 weeks. Another issue with dried fruit? Sulfites. These are preservatives used to keep dried fruits looking fresh. But in sensitive individuals, sulfites trigger inflammation, fluid retention, and even joint stiffness, especially in the knees and ankles. So what's the bottom line? Avoid dried fruits if you're over 60 and dealing with leg weakness, joint pain, or circulation issues. If you really want a treat, limit yourself to 1 to 2 pieces, and always pair them with protein or fat. Better yet, choose a fresh piece of low-sugar fruit, like a pear or a handful of blueberries. What to eat instead? Now that we've covered what to avoid, let's focus on what to add. Fruits that actually support your legs, joints, and circulation after 60. Here are some of my top recommendations. Blueberries, high in antioxidants. Low in sugar, great for blood vessels. Cherries, help reduce uric acid and ease joint pain. Papaya, contains papain, a natural enzyme that reduces inflammation. Avocado, a fruit rich in healthy fats, perfect for joint lubrication and blood. Flow kiwi, packed with vitamin C, which supports collagen in joints and blood vessels. Pomegranate, helps reduce stiffness and improves circulation. And always pair your fruit with protein or healthy fats, nuts, seeds, eggs, or yogurt to balance blood sugar and prevent inflammation. Final thoughts: at this stage in life, every bite matters. The wrong fruit can weigh you down, while the right one can lift you up. If your legs have felt heavy, your knees unsteady, or your ankles puffy, try cutting back on the 7 fruits we covered today. Give it 2 weeks and see how your body responds. You might feel lighter, stronger, more stable, just like so many of my patients did. Remember, staying mobile after 60 isn't about extreme workouts or complicated routines. Often it's as simple as making a better choice at the breakfast table. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more ways to age smarter and stay stronger every single day. Until next time, stay well, stay active, and take good care of those legs. They've carried you far, and with the right care, they'll keep going for years to come.